After winning a Super Bowl over a year ago, the Los Angeles Rams are in a very interesting situation right now. They recently traded a three-time Pro Bowl cornerback Jalen Ramsey to the Miami Dolphins for a 2023 third-round draft pick and a tight end Hunter Long. The Rams took a dub with this trade. The way I see it, Jalen Ramsey didn't even want to stay in LA anyways. The positive side of this is they still have Matthew Stafford. His 2022 season was unfortunately cut short by a spinal cord concussion, and he missed the last 7 games of the season. Still threw for over 2,000 yards with 10 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Stafford is now on track to make a full return to the field for the upcoming 2023 season at full capacity. Head coach Sean McVay recently said that Matthew Stafford will be ready to roll for the 2023 season. We can't forget Cooper Kupp. He suffered an ankle injury in week 10 of the 2022 season. He was on the way to having another great season. He played in 9 full games and had 75 receptions for 812 yards with 6 touchdowns. Kupp is going to be 100% healthy for the 2023 season. The other wideout, Allen Robinson II, who got injured as well and ended up missing the last 7 games of the season. The Rams did sign Robinson last offseason to a 3-year deal for $46.5 million. The goal of this was to replace Odell Beckham Jr. Robinson was supposed to come in and help, but only had 339 yards with 3 touchdowns. The good part about this is the Rams have him locked in for 2 more seasons. The offensive line is where the real issue is. I still don't think people have a full understanding of how big of a role the offensive line plays, and that was really the Rams' big downfall last season. The team lost left tackle Andrew Whitworth to a retirement. Guard Austin Corbett left in free agency, who is now with the Panthers. Rams did re-sign Coleman Shelton to a 2-year deal for $4.7 million. They have a long way to go, but must figure out the O-line position. However, their number 1 running back Cam Akers did have a decent season, rushing for 786 yards with 7 touchdowns. He is going into his 4th year, so he will need to show up, and I'm expecting a good season from him. The other interesting part is they don't have a backup quarterback on the roster. The Rams did sign Baker Mayfield and played the last 5 games of the season, throwing for 850 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. But Baker is now in Tampa Bay. Man, I really thought the Rams were going to work out a deal with Baker Mayfield. Maybe there could have been a connection with Sean McVay, and he could have changed a lot of stuff for Baker Mayfield. I guess we'll never find out. A lot of moving parts have been happening on defense as well. I mentioned earlier that Jalen Ramsey is gone, and they also lost Bobby Wagner, who went back to Seattle. Last April, Wagner was signed by the Rams for a contract worth $50 million for 5 years. He was granted $20 million in guarantees, with $10 million guaranteed upon signing. The team fully guaranteed his 2022 base salary and 2023 roster bonus. Over the Cap reported that while the Rams would take a $7.5 million dead money hit this year, they will also gain an additionally $5 million in cap space. We just can't forget that the Rams still have Aaron Donald and did sign a 3-year deal in 2022 for $95 million. Donald's conversation is a little bit different. He's done so much in the league, he could end up retiring pretty much whenever he wants. Look, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I mean, at this point, he collects the money and he's out. It's pretty simple. A lot of moving pieces on both sides of the ball. The good thing is they still have Sean McVay. McVay's play calling and coaching has been phenomenal to watch. He has a similar coaching philosophy like Mike McDaniels and obviously Kyle Shanahan. They all kind of learned the same system at the same time in Washington, D.C. All 3 have come a long way, but it's pretty exciting to see what they can do in this type of situation in LA. I'm not saying the Rams are bad or awful or scary or good, just a lot of unknowns. Bitch, we some stars, pull up in foreign cars.